This morning on our Breakfast TV show, Good Morning Anambra. My name is Chidima Orangwa. Of course, we are bringing your way the stories trending on ABS website and also all the national dailies. And this morning, I have my colleague with me right here in the studio, Ajulu Chukwu Okabwe. Good morning, Ajulu.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure being here. Ndeba and viewers at home, just sit down, relax, and then let us give you the details of what has been happening in Nigeria recently.
All right, having said that, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we introduce our reviewer who is seated right here in the studio with us today. Don't go anywhere. Back to the show, and with us in the studio this morning is Phoebe Achinike. She is a public affairs analyst. Good morning. Glad to have you.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
All right, you're welcome to the show. And also just to remind you that you can be part of the discussion this morning. All you need to do is just to dial the number displayed in front of your TV set. Quickly, let's start with the stories trending on ABS website. The first story we have this morning, Anambra State NOA Director Nwadi bows out of service. TC Chairman in Idemili North Council area, Ibanwa, extols Soludo on road infrastructure and inclusive governance. Ocha Brigade parades over 17 illegal revenue collectors in Oka. Anambra State Deputy Governor Ibezim cautions against indiscriminate waste disposal in markets. All right, Phoebe, these are the stories trending on our website this morning. So which of them will you want to comment on?
Yeah, these are set to ask ATMA to monitor excesses of personnel on roads to prevent excesses. Yeah, actually it's becoming real alarming. I don't know, some of them are already abusing their powers. A lot of them do things that, at times I wonder, I was like, are these guys really trained? Or you just get some touch from nowhere and begin to, when you're dealing with public, there are some etiquettes involved. They go as far as harassing you, beating you, dragging your keys, the key to your car. And I'm wondering, I was like, there are some professionalism attached to every field. Now, if somebody abuses or violates the law, a laid down law, you should be cautioned. Hey, you violated. Can we take us to the office? You talk to the person in a good manner. I'm not in care. No, things are not done like that. So they should actually, I think they should get another monitoring board to monitor them, because a lot of complaints coming from various sectors, various towns. Onitsha have their own story to tell. Newi, Oka, these busy towns. They always have a lot of negative things to talk about. The way these ATMA people works. Yeah.
All right. So what's also your thought on the call by the Deputy Governor of Anambra State on waste disposal?
Yes. I always told people, I said, there should be a place designed for people to drop their dustbins. Yes, I understand in the mornings, they come out, they drop their dustbins at the pavement for trucks to carry. What often knows I live towards that area. And you don't expect that to have that dustbin hand. So the market is a place where a lot of waste emanates from on daily basis. What provision have been placed there? So it's not enough to tell them to indiscriminate waste. I'm telling you, I said, the gutters around those areas, those axes are filled up. The barrow boys that pick those dustbins, each bag they take is 200 naira. And you see somebody that have like 3-4 bags. That's like 1,000. And only I go on there where you do 1,000 to dispose after that came out from the waste that came out from what they sold. So much as I don't encourage indiscriminate disposal, but make provision for these people. Now, if there is a provision on ground and they violate it, then that's when you know you hold them guilty, because you're like, I gave you something, why are you doing it? What do you think? Or let's be fair. You understand? I never finance. Do you understand? So get an alternative for them where at the end of the day there was one post there before, but it was removed when they were removing all the waste. It was removed. Now you removed it, you didn't give them alternative. What did they do? So get something. If you don't want it there, this messing the road up there, you get somewhere close to that, because the closest place to that Walimba to throw dustbin is Igwebike. Now check the distance from that place to Igwebike. And yet you talk about the blue dustbin. Let's be true to ourselves. So why the deputy governor is condemning the act? Give us a plan B. That's my take on it.
All right, let's quickly go over to our first paper under review this morning.
Yeah, our first paper under review this morning is the Daily Sun. And the banner headline there is saying DSS confirms plot for interim government. Fingers, and the writers they say, fingers, political actors, others. I will build country of your dreams, Tinubu assures Nigerians. And there we have NPC rules out religious consideration during census. That is the Nigerian Population Commission. Senate set up committee to recover 6 trillion unpaid ground rent. And we also have no plans to print Biafra currency. And that is coming from IPOB, denies formation of kangaroo government. And we also have riders there. U.S. raises students. U.S. raises student visa, work visa fees by 15%. Guba polls, INEC presents certificates to Kanu, Oyo, Benue, Ebonyi, Nasarawa, Rivers, other governors elect. And the riders there says, Bauchi, Akwa Ibom, election tribunal received 31 petitions. And then you have bandits execute 5 victims for failure to meet ransom deadline in Niger. And the rider there says, threaten to kill more, free 3 women. FEC approves 95 billion for roads in Ekiti, Ondo State. And the rider there says, OK's 24 billion contract for broadband projects at airports and varsities and markets. Court fixes April 25th for judgment ensued by airline operators against Ethiopian Airlines, CG, and others. And that's the much that we have on the Daily Sun. Phoebe, which of these stories catches your interest and you want to delve into?
The DSS confirms plot for interim government.
Okay.
Now, that goes to say, do the right thing. If the right thing was done on the 25th of February 2023 and 18th of March 2023, we will not be talking about this. Okay, let's say presidency, because that was actually where the problem is coming from. Now, INEC had all the facilities. INEC was given everything to deliver a free, fair elections. At the end of the day, they were incompetent. They showed their level of incompetence. Today, we're talking about another matter. Like I said, if you had stopped this thing from happening from the beginning, we would not be here. And now you're accusing some set of people, no Hanemenka, but you gave chance for that. You gave room for that. There was a loophole, and people took advantage of it. But I am saying this. I still believe in one Nigeria. Whether we agree to it or not, I still believe this country should not divide. I always say, like I said, I'm not one of the fans of, I want to travel abroad, I want to fly abroad. No. Nigeria is my home. Anywhere I go to, I remain how do I put it? I remain a visitor. It is not my home. Nigeria is the only home I have. And let's do everything to protect this home. Last, now all the input you would have made for us would have been wasted there. But the truth is that you can't let people, if people have opportunity to run away from this country, they will. Why not do the right thing? Let this nation not divide because of this. If this government they are proposing is going to hold this nation from boiling, from breaking, can we allow it go? I don't think it's a negative. I think this is for a short period of pending where things are sorted out. So let's wait for the main thing to be done. When you failed if a child fails a class, you repeat. You know how to go the first one. So now we're working on so if this is the solution for the president in the short run, Can we allow this thing to fly? And all this flying up and down, itinerary government, can we just let it go?
From the headlines, when you see the DSS confirms plot for interim government, and you now see underneath it, I will build country of your dreams, Tinubu assures. It's more like telling you guys there's no need for interim government. I'll give you guys the country that you all need.
Tinubu
It's like there's some synergy.
Contradictions.
Some synergy in this headline.
Tinubu is the first person I saw that won election and people are not celebrating. Yes. So it's like, we don't want you to govern us.
Actually, people are celebrating, but in this part of the country, people are not celebrating.
On social media, we are not saying it.
Well, as it is now, he's still the president-elect anyways.
No problem.
So we are waiting until the court says otherwise.
Good. So that was I said, if this government is going to salvage this situation, because I was even surprised that after the elections, the youth didn't go to the streets to protest the election. So that does not mean the anger has gone off. You'll be shocked that when they inaugurate him as the president maybe that's when this country will start boiling. But if we're going to avert it by installing this government, Tinubu Chekali, I saw to start the issue. When the courts have decided that, okay, they have checked everything, done everything, you passed every test, people actually voted for you, all the news we are seeing on social media that are flying are not real, then fine, you can come and make these promises and we will give you the chance to do it. Let me put it this way. The president of America is over 80s and he's doing well. Do you understand that? So he celebrated 71. He celebrated 71. So meaning he is still young. Donald Trump was 70, in his 70s, in his 70s as well. So he is still younger than these presidents and they did well. So let's give him a chance, but let's sort to see all the things out.
All right, quickly, let's go over to our next paper this morning, and that is the National Star newspaper. With the big story there are plans to plunge Nigeria into crisis. This is coming from DSS. I think that this is a different, but it's kind of different there. It says plotters want to install interim government. Planners using protests to warrant a declaration of state of emergency. Vows to deal with a culprit legally. And then Buhari swears in Arase as PSC chairman, 5 board members of CCB. Polls Zamfara government business in standstill as outgoing governor disappears. Rep summons CDS coerced over assault on lawmaker and resident killing in Benue. My mandate, a dream perfected all my life. This is coming from the president-elect Tinubu. Niger Judicial Commission sacks judge, demotes 2 others over misconduct and abuse of office. Cyber fraud, U.S. court sentences Nigeria's Yahoo boy to 14 years imprisonment. You owe Nigeria explanation over presidential poll glitches, CSOs tell INEC chair. Property owners owe federal government 6 trillion naira ground rate. NAS plans 5-year jail term for account officers who breach audit bill. And 2023 census, I'll not ask questions on religion and ethnicity. Okay, we will not ask questions on religion and ethnicities. This is coming from the National Population Commission.
This issue of this census, I will not ask questions on religion. If you're going to ask about gender, why not ask about religion as well? No, they are trying to make it. I know there have been this argument ongoing for a long time, which is more the Christians, the Muslims. We don't know that. Now, an opportunity has come to count them. Why are you shying away from it? Why not address it?
Probably they don't want to make Nigeria divisive on the fact that Christians or Muslims are more.
No, let's fix facts so that we know where our problem is. Now, this ethnicity thing they are talking about, Nigeria, the British that handed over Nigeria back to us, they just said Igbo, Yoruba, Hausas, and they splitted us into 3. But when you come, you see that we have over 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria. Where are you merging them? And that has been the fight. It has been a struggle. You see somebody from North, you call him Hausa, and he will tell you, I'm not Hausa, I'm Zulu. You see them, you know. So let's count it. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Maybe let's correct the foundation. Let's know. So people are ethic, Ibibio. Let's get states here. This kind. If you're Christian, stand here. let them do this confusion.
So don't you think that at the end of the day, if we notice that probably the Christians or the Muslims are much, or a particular ethnic group, they are much, there will be problem. They will start fighting for superiority because they are bigger in number.
No. Why would they fight for superiority? Sorry to say, the Northerners have been ruling us for a very long time. What has happened? An average Igbo man, this is the first time.
What has happened is marginalization from some sects of Nigerians. Marginalized, that they are marginalized.
Yes.
Because they feel that the Northerners are more in number. You understand?
They are more in number. Now, you see that we're talking about that north. Can we split the north and tell us, so people are Fulanis, so people are Hausas, so people are Zulu, so people are, you split them so we know where they are coming from. So you don't gather.
Well, I think if we get to that, I mean, it might, the process might not be
are you a male or a female?
Again.
Are you a male or a female?
Because now I think they said again that nobody should travel. Like go back to your state or go back to your town. Anywhere you are, you'll be counted. Now, if we start doing the ethnicity, because I can lie, I can say I'm from Ibibio, I'm from particular ethnic group, and people will start lying about their ethnicity.
No. Are you a boy or a woman? Are you a boy or a girl?
Of course, that one you don't need to ask the question,
so
because you're already speaking the person.
The same time energy you use to ask that person that simple question is this, for me, this is my opinion, though it might not be the generally accepted.
And some people might not be truthful about it.
Before.
I have.
Can you remember the details you gave when the census?
That was a long time. That was 2016 or 2014.
2006, I think so.
Yeah, very long time ago. Yeah. Good. So then, I was a very young person then. So, but then it is like, okay, the information they got, what do we do? But the truth is that,
okay, now let's paint this scenario. Now, I'm Hausa, I'm married to an Igbo man. So if you ask me, what will I tell you?
Where I'm from now.
Okay, but by marriage you are automatically an Igbo person. So what are you telling them, that you are half Hausa, half Igbo?
No, I am.
Let's not go there.
I'm Igbo. That could be Hausa.
Let's not go there. Let's see what we have on the punch.
Now this last one about US sentenced Nigerian Yahoo boy to 4 years. Not every country is like Nigeria. Where everything goes. If you go to Rome, behave like Romans.
All right. I think we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, go ahead.
Okay. It's only Nigeria that you allow things go the way it fails. I was telling someone that said, sorry to use this, if Ekweremadu's case was handled in Nigeria, sure, you see that matter, he would have died a natural death and nothing would have happened. But because he came to a country that is developed, their judiciary system is so strong and very transparent. That's why this matter is like this. But if it was Nigeria, he go die natural death. The guy will walk as if nothing happened. So if you're doing Yahoo, come to Nigeria where even if they catch you, if you get money, you go release, you go come out. Don't go and do something there. I heard in one of these Philippine countries, if they catch you with drugs,
it's written there.
You will die. No, but wait.
In Thailand.
Yes, wait.
Hello. 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 Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and your location, please.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Chief Koba.
Okay.
Calling from Oga.
Go ahead.
This feeling of not traveling home or dresses, I think there's no follow. Often I'm in Lagos, I took road boat in Lagos. Why would they go back to another to the capital? Yes, tell me.
Yeah.
Out of Lagos, they don't allow me to go to Lagos. And now they're telling me not to leave Lagos. When it's time for testing. Oh, where you go?
Okay. All right.
So if I cannot go to Lagos, I'll go back to my home and become there.
All right.
Because if I stay in Lagos, the population will increase.
Yes.
Okay.
They will get more. When it's time for voting, they will not allow me to vote.
All right. It's all right. You've made your point. Thank you so much for calling.
A valid point at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Quickly, let's see what we have on the Punch newspaper. This is our next paper this morning.
The Punch, the banner headline still says, arrest interim government quarters. APC, PDP tells DSS. Saboteurs planning court orders, protests to stop Tinubu's inauguration agency. That's the rider. Interim government, alien to constitution. Campaigners, pseudo-democrats, says APC and PDP. And we have a picture of 26 and 125 adult Libyan returnees land in Lagos. And Ramadan, election riggers, Yahoo boys fasting in vain, says clerics. Burglars jailed 7 years for robbing Patience Jonathan. That's a former first lady. Whitney, Chrysler school workers trial begins. And then we have presidency, rare privilege, I won't squander. That's coming from the president-elect, Tinubu. FG plans sanctions as 633 die in oil operations. How I will tackle police corruption, PSC chairman says. That's the much that we have here on the Punch newspaper this morning. But this is really, really funny. You know, the election riggers, Yahoo boys fasting in vain, says clerics.
It's true now. You see now. Fasting period is a time for holiness.
Yeah.
So if you indulge in any form of crime, it renders your fasting. In fact, your hunger strike, you're not fasting, your hunger strike. So don't waste it. Yeah, but the one that caught my attention here is 26 children, 125 adults, Libyans, returnees land in Lagos. But then, you see that thing I was saying initially. Nigeria is our only home. When you go to the white man country, there is this high level of racism. And you're running there, you'll be enduring. It's only Nigeria you are free. This is our nationality. This is our only home we have. So all these people that are clamoring for violence, clamoring, get divide, they are clamoring for this thing. Have you people thought about it? Imagine Libya. You know, I understand in the 80s, I'm a lady Ghana. Ghana must go. Today, Nigerians are the ones running to Ghana. If Ghana decides tomorrow and say Nigeria must go, so the thing is that let's come together and see how we'll build this nation. We don't have any other place. Imagine Libya. Imagine, can you just imagine? My uncle in 2003, he was deported. Even in Opalena, Libya, they collected everything. It was, I can't remember how he landed. That was how he found it. He left from Kano. He landed in Lagos when they deported him without a dime, without anything. And that was how my uncle started Osafia. But when these small countries, when Nigeria is supposed to be the giant of Africa, it's because of Bayan Adroma. That's why they're chairman and people will just be abusing us, doing us anyhow like we're not human beings. Let's try. All these people, violence. This is our only home. Do you understand? Let people stop embarrassing us, stop making us feel like we are rags because you left your home. You know, they say there is no place like home. But that home, when it's not in order, my dear, if na Niger, I go Jackma.
Well, this is the third paper we've seen Tinubu adding his voice to this issue of interim government.
And I'm sure it's possible he's the one that is raising the false alarm. Why?
Because for every quote on that interim government,
he has something to say.
He has something to say.
Yeah, he has something to say.
No, I don't have a problem with all this the story coming up in almost all the paper. But my own is people are now telling DSS, if you know the people that are plotting for interim government, why don't you arrest them? Why telling us? What we need is solution. Like if you arrest them, you now maybe put their pictures on the papers and tell us that these are the people that we are planning.
Because they are even instigating tension and fears. That's what they are doing now. Because it is here now on today's paper now that I'm seeing this thing. I'm even hearing it for the first time. And all the papers are carrying the same story. Now, who hears this? Maybe if you're not even aware of it, you're already conscious. Now, this is violence too. This information now is prone to violence. DSS, you have information. Like you said, bring them out. Don't wait till on that day. I don't know whether you hear it and go and tell Tinubu when they raise the alarm.
All right, let's see the Daily Independent newspaper. It's still the interim government. That's the banner headline there. So we are going to another story there. 2023 says MPC won't canvass question on religions affiliations. not scared of EFCC after leaving office, coming from Wike. And then questions how you spend 12 billion naira released from Congresses. Tinubu on his 71st birthday assures of rebuilding Nigeria. Federal government okays 59.7 billion naira for Rivers oil producing communities. Real reason Ihedioha quit PDP Imo Guba race revealed. You can see that on page 7 of Daily Independent newspaper this morning. Condemnation trails planned construction of second airport. Wow, in Edo. Airport, Benin Airport records 907,038 passengers movement in 2 years. Additional airports misplaced priority, bad economics. This is coming from analysts. Wow. Transcorp delivers strong performance as revenue rises by 21%.
Yeah.
Building of second airport in Edo.
What for?
You can see analysts saying that it's misplaced priority.
What for? Is it a motor park? Do you know it's motor parks you don't even need much to build it. You can just equal bambamu, you there peace park. It becomes this thing. But you can't be talking of airport. You already have one. Just 900, less than 1 million people in a year, and you're already agitating for a second
airport.
No, like the analyst said, it's miscalculation. Keep using that one. Keep using that one. That one is enough. Let's stop wasting resources. There are more issues that should be tackled in that state than airports. But there's this thing that caught my attention here. The federal government okays 59 billion for Rivers oil producing communities.
Yeah.
Now, it's not about how much that it's being allocated. It's not about how much that is the okays for them. Will this money get to the people it was intended for?
Well, 24 billion of that money is going for internet facilities at airports, schools, and markets. So the rider there.
Yes, under it.
It's going
the rider there says to station internet facility at airports.
So we still have about 25. We still have about 25.
If not still that
Or 29
corruption
rather.
and accountability, why not these people give this thing family by families for food? Because I understand that environment. It's
in standard climes, what we hear, or rather what we witness, happens when they discover oil in certain areas. The government will come and move those people away from there and go and give them another land.
Don't you think that this is another misplaced priority? Now, when you talk about fixing airport, internet facility at airports, we're talking about people, the rural dwellers, the people that their rivers, their waters are already polluted with oil. And you're talking about internet facilities instead of cleaning up their environment.
Honestly, this country, and that's what I said the first. I said that is if the money gets to them. You might end up that the remaining 20-something billion, I can't go to another 25 billion. They will not start hustling and struggling with the remaining less than 1% of that money, and still this country, it is well. It is really well in this country.
All right, let's take these ones together, This Day and The Nation newspaper together.
Okay, let me go with This Day. The banner headline there says, Obi attempts to ascribe ethno-religious motives to obedient movement. Will fail. Attempts to ascribe ethno-religious motives to obedient movement will fail. DSS entrenched interest pushing for interim government to undermine civil rule. Its fishing expedition, LP scoffs at agency. MDA's accounting officers risk 5-year jail term as Assembly passes federal audit bill. My election greatest birthday gift, says Tinubu. Shell pays FG over $4.5 billion in royalties, taxes, orders to Nigeria. Well, still part of what we're talking. Fast Orati to Adebanjo, it's illegal to assert Obi one presidential coup.
All right, over to The Nation newspaper now.
The Nation. DSS warns interim government plotters of dire consequence. And then we see how banks worried over low cash deposit by customers. Tinubu, my mandate, best birthday gift from Nigerians. We see how the rider there on the DSS warns interim government plotters. Secret police won't tolerate moves to scuttle democracy. Secret police, I'm hearing this for the very first time. Experts.
Maybe they're the people plotting for the interim government.
Interim government plots treasonable. FEC okays 24.2 billion for free internet in airports and others. Incoming governors unfold agenda for states. Musician Portable faces police probe. Election credible, fairly conducted, says Adeyeye. That's the much that we have here. Which of these ones would you want to? Is it the this day, or you want to go to the Nation to see if you can, give us a bite in any of the stories? Because this whole interim stuff is beginning to take a different twist here.
Okay.
The common question to ask is, DSS has said so much about this interim government plotters.
Exactly.
The consequences there will be.
Outlining the consequences, but yet
To see
these are the people that are plotting, the plotters. Let's know them. Or even if you don't want to show us the people, now why don't you handle the case? Why don't you investigate and handle it? Okay. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and your location?
Okay, I'm Ejike Wafu, calling from Okazia.
Ejike, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
I thought the DSS is a secret operative agency of the government. If the DSS have information on whoever that is plotting for interim government, why are they splashing all these things on newspapers? Do they really want to increase the tension in the society already? People are not happy. And the DSS are telling us you have information, you know these people. Then why splashing them on the newspaper? I think what they should have done is to go and pick these people. And they should be very careful if some politicians are using them. The DSS have been trying since last year to increase the tension in society. They wanted to arrest MFA, they wanted to do a lot of things. I hope they will not allow themselves to be used to overhit the policy. They should go and arrest those people.
Okay.
The one that said that he's 71 years old, if he is 71, happy birthday to him, that is, if he is 71 like he said. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And he said that his greatest birthday gift is him winning the election.
Well, I heard
so we wish him happy birthday.
His daughter celebrated 61 a few months ago. That's by the way. Now, apart from these, let's get away a little bit from this general government and everything. Banks worried over low cash deposits by customers.
Yes.
Why would I go and deposit my money when the last one I deposited to bring it out was a problem? You know, everybody now, because the last 2 months have been the most traumatic period of this country, the administration of Buhari, where they told all of us, carry your money, go and deposit to the bank. Then you did that willingly as a good citizen. At the end of the day, bringing that money now became a problem. Now, if it's me, I will not even deposit my money again. So keep bringing out. Because nobody has that confidence again to go from the experience we had. You see somebody like, okay, I was telling somebody, I said I was in the bank on Sunday because I didn't have cash anywhere. On Sunday, I stood from church. I went straight to the bank. I was in the bank for 4 good hours to collect my money. You work hard to get money. You go and deposit. I remember when they were depositing that money. I remember I took my 5-month-old baby as early as 4 a.m. I went to CBN on the 17th of February. I was at that outside till 11 a.m. with my baby trying to deposit the money I had with me. And now tomorrow you want me to go and return the money back? No, we have learned our lesson. So there are a lot of things. I was telling somebody earlier, I said, Nigeria is not developed. This economy is not developed for this cashless thing. You're talking about people should go cashless and doing transfer. You do not upgrade the ICT. You go to the bank, you go to the market to buy something, you make a transfer. You will be there. And somebody would tell you, if I don't get a lot, you will not move. There was a day I went to the bank, I made a transfer of 18,000 naira. And the woman told me, say, madam, until I see your alert, I will not leave there. I stood there 1 hour, 40 minutes. I started crying because I know I left the baby out. The woman was like, madam, it's not my fault. So I was like, why did you remove money from the system? You did not upgrade. That is, if you're removing if you're talking about cash cashless policy, you should be able to upgrade the ICT unit so that when they do transfer, we have a lot of cases of hanging cash, people's money missing in the air. Now you want them to bring their money because this morning I was coming by 7 o'clock. I was coming. Go to First Bank. You have over 300 people already by 7. Bank is going to open by 3 a.m. 8 a.m. But by 7 a.m. you don't even know how early some of those people came, and you already go to UBA. All these banks I passed. Look at how people are already clustered, and I'm like, for your own money, please. We don't want to deposit again. Give us one like deposit.
Well, we also have the Guardian newspaper, Daily Trust, and Nigerian Tribune. We are going to take them together. Let's start with the Guardian. Punish those behind 450 cases of poll violation. NHRC CSOs insist. And the riders there saying NHR 450 human rights violation cases recorded during elections. CHRICED 2023 polls reveal Nigeria's decline in democracy. You should explain to Nigerians why Beavers developed many faults, as CSOs tell INEC. Those giving ethnic religious coloration to obedient movement, parochial, says Obi. And then National Carrier Airlines operators no faith on April 25th. Amended audit bill proposes 5-year jail, 5 million naira fine for errant accounting officer. And then we have outcome of BVN fraud probe will determine fate of protesting ex-agitators, Amnesty Office insists. And then we also have 412 people killed as Nigerians all sector struggles with safety. All right, let's see what we have on the other paper. That is the Daily Trust newspaper. Governors-elect pledge better deals, receive certificate of return. My family won't have role in governance. This is coming from Abba Gida. And then it's a new dawn in Benue, Reverend Father Alia. I'll be governor for all, Rivers Faburu. I'll remain fair and transparent. Nasawara governor. Let's do it together. Buni urges opposition. Our expectations, the residents. We've identified politicians plotting entering. Okay, this is still the same story. Pope Francis, 86, in hospital with respiratory infection. And finally, Nigerian Tribune, Lagos driver protest hike in Aboro fees, commuters, stranders. FEC approves 24.2 billion naira free internet facilities for 20 airport schools and markets. I won't fail Nigerians. My manifesto, not mere words, says Tinubu at 71. Okay, these are what we have in front of these 3 papers this morning. So quickly, just let's start dealing with one or two before we go.
From the Daily
Trust.
No, the Guardian.
Okay, Guardian.
So punish those behind the 450 cases of
poll violation.
In one sentence, if you don't punish them, nobody will learn lesson. So coming to say, Age the lawyer, we've seen a lot of videos flying, we've seen a lot of pictures about irregularities in election. Their faces are there. You know them, catch them, and let them face the law. So next time, when somebody knows that this person was punished, such thing, then these are the last thing I want to say about the...
we really don't have time again. We have to go. We have to go. And on that note, we want to say a very big thank you to you, Phoebe, for joining us on Press Review this morning.
My pleasure.
Well, that's it on Press Review. Thank you so much for being part of it. But we're going on a short break. When we come back, we'll see you at the other side. Stay with us.